Problematic. I hate that word. Valuable asset during trials. Yep, sad but true. Yep. I'll switch projects during the trial. Actually, no, I think I may just work on this one. Bright light. Take a shot. Hajime is the one talking hope now.
Well, now.
Well then, now that the chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Jeez.
Hey! Yep.
Yep, it sure is. So, you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right. Now then.
Let's get this trial started.
Viva killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other.
Told you. Okay, so the question. Jeez. Ultimate lucky student. It doesn't seem so very lucky. Came across as very sociable. Slowly he turned into a madman. Held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. Yeah, he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Hope more than, oh my gosh. Hajime is taking it over.
Take a shot.
That actually worked! I'll take a shot of water. Hajime? Really? Kinda thankful Nagito's dead. Well, we had no idea who did it last time. Okay, half the people are dead. Hey, I didn't realize he was on that panel. Only Cherokee is alive on that panel. Jeez. And only those two are alive on that panel. Good grief. I doubt this will be the last trial. Unless it comes out that Monokuma killed Nagito, I doubt this will be the last trial. Filling with hope and despair, the last one. That's what you think.
Your arguments for who the killer is, and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Which is a reference to Japanese folklore.
Chesto!
Whoa.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow!
Oh,
It's useless.
She just took it.
Please stop. I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake.
I doubt
Who
he
in
was
the
doing it for
world
everyone's sake.
killed him? I'm so curious.
If he
I'd
was
say it's
killed
a
for trying to
suicide.
reveal the traitor,
That means the traitor killed
that
him.
traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
Nagito didn't know who it was.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Knock it off.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Yeah. Yes, because he depended on his ultimate luck. Jeez, that was quick. Alright.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito. No, that's wrong.
Not even drunk and I was able to figure that one out.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
Yep.
I'm prepared.
Jeez.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
What trap? Okay.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
I mean,
We
Bootmaker
don't
is
need
not
to play a game.
wrong.
It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
Shut up, Soda. Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Eek.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
Nice
However,
try,
if they
Suichi.
wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Holy shit, hey Reaver! You're here early!
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
Yeah, this is the murder we're dealing with right now.
So, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
Or
No,
something.
they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard.
What makes you say that, you
If not,
boy?
they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
I'll destroy most of it, and at least make it look like it.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
Yep.
We
Or
can't think
covering
of any
something
other
else up.
reason.
But who
I was
could have
off
done
today.
that?
Ooh, awesome.
When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Also, hopefully the red part of
Yeah.
this scarf is
And right
big
after
enough for
I
your
opened
head.
the warehouse
Fingers-
door,
or at least
the
long
flames
enough for
started
your head to
burning
put
from
out
the very
plan.
back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
You No suicide is an
Even if
option.
it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Good thing about knitting is that it
Based on the
stretches a little. It's
pattern up
forgiving.
until
That's
now,
true. Won't be
We should suspect that
late.
some kind of setup was
Fair,
used
fair.
for this.
Trial shouldn't
Some
take too
kind of
long.
setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Shut up, Soda.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
Soy boy, shut up. Alright, so torture wounds, burned rope, survival knife, oil lighter. Oh no, the panels.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Yeah.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Well,
Some kind of
technically.
setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just
Yeah.
threw the lighter.
No, that's not it.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Yeah.
Some way?
Panels.
Maybe they used invisible thread.
No.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Not with
Or
sound.
perhaps opening the door caused.
I agree with that.
Shirt must be still reinforced. Yeah.
I also agree that opening the
Yeah,
door is what started
apparently
the fire.
she's managed to keep it like that for the entire game.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No, Sonia.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the
This big
Monokuma
boobs.
panels.
Boobs McGee, as I call her.
A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right?
Yeah.
It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line.
A wardrobe malfunction.
Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
Yes, Akane,
In
that.
place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
Yep, which apparently they were sturdy enough to fall over and
So
hit
when
the
we
lighter.
opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second,
He was really far away
and
from the
there,
fire.
they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's what the speaker was for.
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The speaker. It was the MP3 player.
I see!
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Colonel Mustard in the foyer with the lead pipe. Well, that pipe must have had an edge, because, whoo boy, Nagito got cut up something fierce.
That's it.
Tell him I say hi back.
So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
Yep.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right?
Pix Kaylee
Looking back on
34
it,
isn't
it was
far behind.
also
Well, of course
strange when
it's
we opened
not.
the door to the
It's
warehouse.
Harley Quinn you're talking about. Good grief, I just realized just how big her boobs actually are. I mean, we've had a couple of probably. Although you might want to keep your head out of the gutter a little more than that, because these are high schoolers.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
Yep.
And when we opened the door,
Gee,
the
when I was-
domino effect started, and the falling
I mean,
panels
fair,
eventually reached the
but-
lighter.
Technically, these are seniors. These aren't seniors. These are
Yeah,
like freshmen.
And that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
I'm not sure.
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Correct. I mean, Nagito set
Is
it
that
up.
a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
I see! If the panel was so close to the door that it
Obviously,
could
she's
barely
been
be
held
opened,
back a few years. Actually, I would believe that
The killer
because
inside
she's
the warehouse
unruly
wouldn't be
as
able to leave,
hell
right?
normally.
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Not
Dude,
the way
we
you're
were all
thinking.
outside the warehouse, you know.
Except for Nagito.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
Nagito! This murder is...
Hajime? What do you mean?
Nagito killed himself. Or at least he's responsible for the entire setup inside. Where? There it is.
This is my answer!
I just realized
Why did-
his
it was
cross-out
Nagito.
X is really messed up.
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
The
He
murder
was
of
the
oneself.
And he was the perpetrator too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide?
Bingo!
Don't be stupid.
It's Nagito we're talking about.
His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget?
It's possible he could have done that to himself.
Are you saying those were all
Biology
self-inflicted?
for the win.
But Nagito might
Or
do
in this
something
case,
like
the
that.
interruption.
Don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
It only looked like he
Even
was.
for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
The burned rope.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Not all of his limbs were tied. The burned rope. What?
To actually tie up your own...
Finally!
No, that's wrong.
Okay, so I was correct on the burn rope part. I was just wrong on which one it
Hold on a
was.
sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
We're
No,
both
it
of
shouldn't
them.
have been both of his arms.
Game, no crashing.
The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that.
Alright.
But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Yeah, it's his left sleeve. Alright, I'm going to cover that up so hopefully I don't need it again.
I see.
This part I actually knew. I just didn't know how to get to it.
Take a close look at his right sleeve.
It's not burnt.
Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural.
Slower than pushing
That
a
rope
chain
was
of
burned in
gravel
advance, so it
road.
would look like
Oh,
it was burned in the
jeez.
fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied
Yeah,
up,
my
right?
reflexes are not
He
the
was able
best.
to move it freely, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Oh my gosh!
That's definitely wrong.
And we know Sonya is not
I
a
just gotta get a
virgin
Benjamin
thanks
from
to
him
that
before I let him
little...
touch me, right?
Oh my gosh.
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
Could have been stabbed after.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Nope.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Oh my gosh. Now she wants money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
The plushie.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
The hell, Kane? It's gotta be the plushie. That's the reason there was blood on it. And yes, I've got it set up on
life-size
Twitch, not
Monokuma
this
plushie.
strategy
He must have
guide.
used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
Bingo!
He inserted the knife
that's why
handle
there's
into
blood on
that
it.
hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it,
That's the reason it
he
got
had to
flung.
place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
Why would he do it? To make it look like someone else did it to him.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
Pity.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
The spear?
The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear.
He might have died of
If you
smoke
think about the order,
inhalation.
getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito.
Little bear going off about a bleeding fleshy
If that's true,
pot
how is that
kettle.
possible?
Yeah, tell me
He
about
can't
it.
grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
He was holding on to it. Just look at the absence of blood on the
Then
cord.
He probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Sonia, you're wording!
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time.
Shut up, Soda!
I need to record it. For reasons.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Oh my gosh!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
He looped it over the
It'd be hard to use a spear
Bar
with a
up
knife
top.
stab into your right hand while your left hand is
girder.
tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
No, not impossible.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right?
Which
That's
there's
why
the
you
hint.
keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone.
Oh!
If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Really, Monami?
Monome's sassing me.
Good.
But
you need to be
It's
sassed.
just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So, this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Why are you excluding yourself,
As
bastard?
Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
Ouch.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in
You
his
said
condition.
he stabbed himself. He just let go of the cord.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
The
I
girder.
feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
Mother Hubbard.
What kind
the
of way?
girder.
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
True.
Everyone working together.
All right, let's do this.
The blood on the girder. Oh yeah, because it was on the tips of his.
Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
Oh, covered,
He was
yes.
only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, that
No, that's wrong.
because of the blood splatter on his hand and the fact that there is a missing section
Hold on.
where
It's
blood
still too
should
early to
be
dismiss the
on that
possibility that he
cord
used
that
his
was
left
connected
hand.
to the spear.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
People can commit
there was something
suicide in
off
some
about his left
outrageous
hand.
ways. I've actually heard about a story
The
where a
bloodstain on
guy
the palm of his hand. Don't you think
set
it
it
looks
up.
somewhat
He
strange?
took pills,
He only had
set
blood on the
himself
lower
on
area
fire,
of his palm.
then
Beyond
shot
that point,
himself
the bloodstain suddenly
to make
cuts
sure
off, right?
he was dead. Himself!
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
It was insane!
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain.
The one on the back of his hand.
Look, there's blood on
Told
the
you.
back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Right where he was holding it.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
He was holding something with his left
We
hand.
might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Holding. Gripping.
I see.
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Bingo. Blood
Was he grabbing
splatter
his front tail?
patterns was my favorite part of forensics.
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
The cord. The cord
Now that you mention
connected
it,
to the spear.
compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild.
Yeah.
He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
Oh my gosh. The cord, motherfuckers.
Hey, Cherokee, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
That's
Oh,
my
I got
dad's
it.
method.
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Bingo. He was gripping the cord.
I see.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding onto the cord.
Because of that missing section.
There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Oh, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh?
Yes.
And then
And
the
shut
blood
up
that
about
was
the front
supposed to end
tail
up
bit.
here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
Bingo.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
He had it hovering above.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki?
Blood on the girder.
I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Let's leave it on. Not you too! That reminds me, I haven't been on Tumblr all day today. I know
It seems
the
we are
answer!
stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
Don't go to
One
Tumblr to
step at a
trap.
time.
Oh jeez. I
What
need to
does
go to
that mean?
Tumblr now.
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
It was being hung
How
from
it
the
was
ceiling.
positioned.
It was above him. So it's either going to be Hangman's Gambit or Logic Dive. Sounds like Logic Dive. Yep, I was right. Oh, crap.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Bingo.
Perpendicular. In the middle of the air?
Yep.
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
No.
That'd be
Sonia.
awesome, but he'd probably use the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support.
Oh, random thing. Reaver.
He hoisted the spear directly
There
above
might be a
him.
new DLC coming to Ark. There was an announcement today. Or teaser.
And if Nagito let
today.
go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
So I saw
I
it
noticed
from,
a
I think
slight
it's
red streak on the ceiling
Anthomia?
girder. It probably got smeared
But
there
yeah.
during the setup.
But yeah, I thought you would want to know that.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off
And
on
it's
the ceiling
either
girder
a
as the
DLC
spear
or
was
Arc
falling.
2. Is the
So,
speculation.
how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Bingo.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide?
Some
Like
people
that?
go crazy
He
with their suicide attempts.
Probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Oof.
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide?
You're the one that slit open his own
Every
stomach.
single wound on his body. That was all him?
And you're finding this hard to believe, Fuyuhiko.
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself
He
while
went
he was gripping
wholesale
that
on
spear,
himself.
right?
Jeez.
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
Yeah, probably to stop himself from
He
screaming.
probably covered
Right
his
behind
own
getting a
mouth
new
so
car,
he
at
wouldn't
least
hear
a
him
second
screaming
car,
in
not new.
pain.
Did he need to go that far?
Is it bad that I want to say, hey, we got cars
That's
down at the Heap
beyond
Shoes
crazy.
car lot?
Why would he do
My
that
dad
to
and I,
himself?
mostly my dad now, fixes them right up. Before
He
he
was
sells
probably trying to get us to
Good
make a
use
mistake.
Jeep. Yeah,
By
I'm hoping you
committing a
find one
suicide
for
that looked like
a
a
good
murder,
price.
he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all
yeah,
executed.
my dad runs a used car lot. He goes to the auction every now and again. I go with
Stabbed
him.
himself
By the way, that's
over
where I
and
got
over
my
again?
car. Is his car
To
lot.
die that bad?
But yeah, he goes to auctions, buys cars,
So
brings them
messed up.
home, fixes them,
Yeah.
and
that's
then he
our
sells
Nagito.
them. And payments can be as low as $50 a month. He went from being in the army to fixing cars, and he owns the business. Yeah, like like the moment I need a new car, I'm going through my dad. I'm not a big fan of any of the new stuff, so I'm very much the type of person who wants to stick to the old stuff.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
We're
Whatever
trying to
became of
save.
that?
We can do 50 a month, no problem, but
He was probably
my dad doesn't do
planning
credit.
to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
He doesn't do credit. He takes cash
So
and
why
check.
did he not just do that
That's
in the
it.
first
He
place?
doesn't do credit.
If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he
As
did
long
not
as you
have to
can
cause a
keep
bomb
up
scare to
50
reveal the
bucks a
traitor.
month at minimum, and he doesn't have to send Red to go and
I bet
repo
the
the
bomb
car.
scare was part of the strategy
You're
behind this
good.
trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a
Cash out,
scenario
like-
where any of us
Yeah.
could have killed him.
Like my car,
He
$3,000
tried to make
total.
us doubt each other. It tried to hide the truth behind
But
his
that's
suicide.
all of the fixing the head
Did
gasket,
he cause a bomb scare
and
for
a couple
that
other
reason
things.
alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
Keeping in mind, Nagito didn't know who the killer
are
is.
right,
Or,
I suppose.
not the killer,
Yeah,
who the traitor is.
It appears we've come to a conclusion.
I don't think so.
Bastard
There's something
Nagito committed suicide.
fishy.
It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
Something's fishy.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
Him being
No,
retired
I agree
military
that
is even
Nagito
better.
killed himself, but
Yep,
I feel
Sergeant
like there's
First
something
Class.
That doesn't make sense.
he used to be an MP.
It's probably just my imagination.
And I actually have a story about my dad being an MP and me being a toddler. My dad, when he was stationed down in Panama, was the ambassador to the San Cuna Indians. Or the San Blas Isles Indians. And I've got a whole bunch of stories of that. But the biggest thing is, yes, he was ambassador to them.
So
and
what are you gonna do? Is it okay to
he
proceed with
was
the
in
voting
charge
time?
of a lot of things on the
do you
base,
think,
which means
Connie?
he had a big old key ring
Well,
with lots and
there's
lots
no
of keys.
doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is
Being
wrong
my
sometimes.
itty bitty, like
You're
1-year-old
It
self,
is not as though we can
I
draw any
apparently
other
got a hold of the
conclusion.
keys and
Then it's okay
lost
to
them.
end it here, huh?
the entire
we're done with
base
this
in
last class
Panama
trial
had
and
to
we can
change
leave
their
this island,
locks
right?
because I lost the keys.
It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
Something's
Understood.
fishy.
Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
There's still something fishy. There's way too many loose ends.
Hold on. Why?
Yes, I'm pretty sure this
Sorry,
is a suicide,
just a
but
little
there's
more. I want you guys
something
to
up.
wait just a little more.
Mentioning keys every chance I get.
I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's
No,
true,
the
but
traitor killed Nagito.
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
What was with the gas mask? What was with the bottle? Why
Hey,
were
what
there
do you mean
only
it's
the
not about
fire
who the traitor
grenades
is?
in
What kind of mystery is left?
the break room?
There's
Driving
just
down
one
to
thing
bring
that
Gex
doesn't make
anyway.
sense,
We'll make it a
and it relates to
Gecko
Nagito's
car
death.
fandom kind of weekend. Yay!
Plus,
Just let me know
it's
when you're
something
coming so I
even
can have the
Nagito
guest
couldn't
room prepared.
influence.
Because
He
it's
couldn't even tamper with
Kansas,
the evidence for it.
Kansas, yeah? Is quite a ways away from here. I mean, it's not Colorado, which me and my mom drove that.
You're gonna keep going? Here, I thought we were finally finished.
Yeah, it was too quick, dude. He couldn't.
I see.
Okay, so what was it? Married 10 years, we could share a bed.
is it about the Monokuma file?
I've been married for almost 4.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
it.
Huh? There was something
Being warned, it's a
suspicious in
twin
the
bed,
Monokuma
so
file?
hopefully you'll both fit. Worst case scenario, we could break out the air mattress, provided it's fixed. I can't remember if I've fixed it or not. Body estimated time, spear for... There's no cause of death. There's no cause of death written there. Something's up. Aaron is a Sasquatch, but we shared a twin bed when we first moved in together. Okay. So yay! I graduate, in May? Doesn't mind the floor. Okay, fair enough. Still, I'd want you guys to be comfy. Okay, Hangman's Gambit. What is the question again? What's called?
I got it.
Yeah, May this year, 2020. Or next year.
In this
Is when I
particular
graduate.
case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
2020 is when I graduate, so I remember you wanted to come over here for that. Which reminds me, I now have 2 education-related certifications. One is
Isn't that
Alabama
weird?
Reading Initiative, the other
Until
one
now,
is,
the files always specified the cause of
whatchamacallit?
death.
But
Blurby burb
the
burb.
cause of death
It's,
is obvious.
child
is it
reporting
not?
child abuse.
The
I'm
spear
actually
Nagi just
certified,
done
and it's mandatory.
obvious
If I
just
see
by
something
looking
that
at
looks
it
like child
that
abuse,
it
I
was the
have to
cause of
report it.
death.
But yeah,
Maybe it's not
so
included
May
if it's not
2020 is when I
important enough to write
graduate
about.
from Athens, and I get my teacher
Monokuma,
certification.
I plead the fifth!
Oh,
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the
A
thing
crucial
we purposely omitted from the Monokuma
yep.
file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Yep.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
The cause of death is huge.
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death?
Yeah, there
Are you
has to be.
suggesting again that his death wasn't a suicide?
Yes.
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No.
That's what
I
it
don't
looks
think
like.
It's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
That's
Are
possible.
you sticking up for him?
Not exactly sticking up
That's
for
not
him,
what I meant.
but pointing
I
something
mean it
out.
in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Oh, that reminds me. Where are they? I'm gonna
Did
start
Nagito's
selling
malice
these.
drive him to risk his life for a truth
I
we'd
just gotta
reach
make a
this
lot
easily?
more octopi.
I mean, this is Nagito we're talking
We've also
about, you
got
know?
Depot Days, which is a weekend here, a
How
weekend in Hartselle.
interesting. You sure
And then
do believe
we've
in
got
Nagito,
Madison
huh?
Street
Because you
Festival,
believe
which I'm
in
not
his
sure we can
malice,
get into
you continue
at
to
this point.
suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
Oh, shut up, Monokuma.
What friendship?
Like Home Depot Days? No, like Train Depot.
What should we do, you guys?
It's
Should we
held
proceed
next
with
to
the
the old train depot in downtown
I think we
Hartselle.
should keep going until everyone is satisfied. Even if it's just to be
I
safe.
wish we had a Home Depot in Hartselle.
You're right.
The town could
We
use
only get
something
one
better
chance to vote
or
after
something
all.
more than Lowe's.
Just to be safe, huh?
Yeah.
Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
Hey,
This is
Fuyuhiko's!
friggin' annoying.
He's got character
If
development,
you
because
guys say you're
originally
doing
he
it,
was
there's no way
taught
I'm gonna
nothing
back
but
out.
shit.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united,
Take a
no
shot.
despair can shake you.
Exclamation mark, hope. Someone do that command in the chat, because good grief. Overcome Ace player. He said he was yearning for that. He's so freaking smug. Sharon, get to bed. Okie dokie. Good night, Reaver. Sweet dreams. May you soon be pregnant. And intermission? Intermission!
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm
both
gonna
big dark
fight
critters,
too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the
What
spear.
chest?
It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
How dare you call me out, Reaver?
Other possibilities.
Sorry, I just looked up Tumblr and oh,
If
grief.
something other than the spear killed Nagito,
Regret.
all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
The poison that you
That was
guys
definitely a
found.
gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds,
Are
The
we
poison.
finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
The poison in his room.
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
That's actually really smart of you, Akane.
Exactly! We should cooperate at a time like this.
That wasn't the spear. I don't know if it actually exists, but if it does, it's the poison. Alright.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
it's not the knife in his right hand, right?
Correct.
It's not the other wounds, right?
Correct.
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
That wasn't it.
There's no way he burned to death.
Correct.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
I agree with that.
Did I get any health back from that? Please?
That's it. I
Help.
totally forgot about that possibility.
I need help.
If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Bingo.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing.
Probably ricin. But no, it
I see.
vaporizes.
Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
Bingo.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
Bingo, and that's the reason
However,
why that line
it's
was
common
left out.
for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
He's
What
Yakuza.
does that mean?
But even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Bingo.
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
Potentially.
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
Didn't.
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
Knock it
Totally
off!
overvaluing that tail.
Oh my
His mouth
gosh,
was covered
Akane.
with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
Who said he drank it?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Look at the label on the
No
poison.
matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
He let
Since
go of that
we've
spirit
already
after he
ruled
was
out so many
dead.
possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
It's highly volatile when vaporized. Another logic dive going into that.
What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
That's what the
It's
fire was
written on the
for.
poison's warning label.
Highly potent and takes effect immediately. Handle with care. Volatility is low. The liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. Or made into a vapor. If we're
Dangerous
talking-
when vaporized.
When talking
In other
chemically
words,
speaking.
breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
Denser than air.
I see.
Hydrolysis.
The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
My chemistry knowledge is coming into effect.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
The fire is what caused it to vaporize.
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
Get heavier than air, breaks down in minutes, and is susceptible to hydrolysis. Meaning it's hydrogenated. Hydrogenated? Hydrated. Good grief. Hydrogenated. Well, hydrogenation is actually a thing, so.
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that form the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers.
Not quite how that works, but yeah, basically.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But
Nagito
Nagito was
was lying
laying
down.
down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
Who interrupts?
So
Fuyuhiko?
what?
Soda.
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Had to get the poison to vaporize.
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right. All the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
No, how did he get it to vaporize?
But
What? There's still more?
Bingo.
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
How did he get the liquid to vaporize?
There might have been an accomplice.
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, Then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Bingo.
Anything that looked like poison?
It was the fire grenades.
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
I see!
The container.
Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Bingo.
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
You guys would have
It's
found
probably
it.
plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate.
Bingo. Fire does, fire.
Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Yep. And keep in mind, some plastic, like plastic straws, burn
Then, does that
brilliantly.
mean someone got rid of the container?
No, unless it was an accomplice
That's
that
why
did
you
it.
mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just two.
Like, does that really matter all that much?
Yeah.
I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Why would they?
You're right. You're totally right. That's totally it.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
To get hurt anymore by hurting someone else. Everyone's tired of doubting everyone else. Want to rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt.
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else.
It's possible.
But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us.
Probably.
He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
Take a shot.
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh?
Also, because he said it,
The
Take a
power of
shot.
friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
yes, it does.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
No.
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is?
Yes.
Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
Why would they?
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing.
Not in this case, not when it
And
comes
we
to
probably
murder.
just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
What did you say? It is, because the blue cap. Are we doing another logic dive? Okay, Hangman's Gambit.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Bingo.
Yeah, The container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place.
Bingo.
As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse. It can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
Bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
He made sure that you would only
Which
throw the fire
means,
grenades.
Did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yep.
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but... the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
Not all of them. Just
You
one.
just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
Bingo.
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
He could have set it up when he was setting
Hold
up the
on.
bombs.
Did you say aluminum?
Hajime. Could it be?
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
We have proof.
Huh?
I can prove it with this.
Yay, got
Take a
held
look.
back.
We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Huh?
Bingo.
That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room.
Gloves and a gas mask.
We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Yep.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
Yep.
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in and died, right?
No.
So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide. Enough
No.
already!
He didn't commit suicide as
You're
much as I
right.
hate to admit it.
If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
It means that one of you guys are the murderer,
See,
but
I
through
told
accident.
you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you
Bingo.
planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
Google.
The
Oh,
horrifying
goggle
truth?
guy. Hey,
It probably
how you doing?
happened at the same time.
Yeah.
I see.
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
Yep, which means one of you guys is the killer.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
One of us.
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Yep.
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
One of you guys did.
What the heck?
And you did it to
Said
y'all.
so
It was at
yourself.
random.
You said Nagito committed suicide.
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Do you know?
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Nagito did.
I see!
It was Nagito that did it.
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
The ultimate
Then who
lucky
set the
student.
warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade?
Technically, that was Akane. Although, technically...
I see!
That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
It's not the same question. She's
The
getting to a
next
point.
question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
To make someone throw the poison.
Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
Yep. So you have
He
no
set the fire
idea.
just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
It was a trap.
A trap?
To root out the
Preparing
traitor.
the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito.
None of you would have
It was
any idea
all a
who
trap to
threw
make
it.
one of us throw the poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
You have no
I
idea.
don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
Yep.
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do.
Yep.
And for that reason,
It can't be a suicide.
he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
That's not what his true goal was.
What?
His true goal.
What the hell?
Nagito's true goal was to out
Nagito did not commit
traitor.
murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing
the
him?
traitor
To
through
do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him.
the poison grenade.
The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison. And then,
Hold on! If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death.
Yes, we
It
can.
might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
The actual cause of death no longer matters
even so,
now.
the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Thank you for
Are
that
you
confirmation,
fucking
Monokuma.
serious?
And you guys have
Was
no
his trap
idea
all along.
who it is.
Even the wounds all over his body. It was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened.
Oh,
His true
Hey,
goal
Puff.
was creating a murder
else
that
has you been
nobody
out
can
here?
solve. He wanted to
want up
prove
here?
to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end.
This one
However,
can be solved.
he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces.
Every mystery
For
can
those
be
of you
solved.
who
You just
believe
have
there
to
are
be able
no
to collect all the evidence
unsolvable
for it.
mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair.
You come on up.
Meaning, he used all of the
You know how
prior
to.
class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
It is my
Come on,
fault. Because I told
Come
you
on up.
all about the fire grenades.
You can come up and get it. You know how to.
I am so sorry.
You can do
Please
it.
vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here.
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But
Come on.
what should we do?
Come on up.
How can we even figure
can do
out
it.
who the killer is?
It's impossible.
Not entirely.
Possible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
His point wasn't to solve
However,
or wasn't to give you guys an
Monokuma
unsolved
also
mystery.
does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. If Monokuma doesn't know, this trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever.
At least not here.
I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
What?
Can you? I'm so chill. I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
So,
'Cause
of
you had to
course this
go.
trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Yep.
Is there any way to figure out who the
Where-
killer is?
We're 2 hours into this. It's too early.
Even though it's
Good
just a
grief.
hunch, it's possible that it's probably...
Hey, Puff.
There's one way, I think. Really?
Hey, Puff.
Hey, is
Okay.
it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct. Hajime, please.
It's been a while since Puff has come out. Something's had her spooked for the last couple days. So the fact that she's underneath my table is really promising.
I got it. Let's do this then.
So, closing arguments? Woohoo! Closing arguments. Woohoo!
This incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda.
Komaeda.
He
Yeah,
kept a
just a
specific
whack
item
job.
inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base. Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory,
Put it amongst all the stuff.
and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere.
Yep, considering he had just blown shit up downstairs.
While we were looking for the bomb, That's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door
To the lighter.
to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion.
Yeah, I'll admit it was quite elaborate.
First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord.
Hey, Puff. You gonna come up and join us on stream? Come up.
Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope.
Give you a treat. You gotta come up. You're okay.
However,
come up here,
he
though.
burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand.
What is blank except for Nagito? Yeah, it's because they don't know who the killer
In
is.
doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear.
Jeez, what a way to go.
But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have
You
predicted.
can do it. Come on up. You can do it.
First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream,
Ugh.
he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs. Finally, he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right
Come on.
hand onto the
You can
blade.
Get up here. Come on.
He didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He also wanted us to think he'd been tortured.
Come on, Puff. You can do it.
Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear.
That's impressive,
His
I'll
plan
admit.
still wasn't over. In fact,
you go.
it was just about to begin.
Good girl. Good Puff. You get an extra
Meanwhile,
treat for
we
actually
finally
making it
arrived
all
at
the
the
way up
plushie
here.
factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell one after another
I'll let you
until
have
they reached the
one more.
lighter, tipped it
You
over,
said you're
and
a good
ignited the curtain.
girl. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Whoop.
Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades.
And as soon as he's done with his closing argument, I'm gonna pause it.
We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire
Because
supply.
biology is calling.
It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared. The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere.
Yep.
The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap.
Nagito's point wasn't to give you an unsolvable mystery.
In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity this should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
Alright, and with that, You deserve it for coming back up here. Here you go. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
He's a good puff.
Perfect line to start off my next Danganronpa stream. Also, hi. Hey, de bomba!
You're a good puff. Yes, you are.
'Cause you've been so brave and come out today, I'll give you another treat just for you. A quick explanation, the reason I'm coddling my cat is because she's been scared for the past couple days, and this is the most she's come out in those couple days. So,
You're very proud of you.
alright, let's get back to this madness.
How about it, Cherokee? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
Do you want to come up here?
Cherokee?
Just as I thought.
Mr. Alm.
It's impossible, isn't it?
No, it's not.
You say we just have to vote for someone?
Yep.
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
He wanted the killer to be the traitor.
He said this to us earlier.
Gonna be fine. Pretty sure everything will work out in the end. No. Oh my gosh. Exclamation point. Exclamation mark. Hope someone put that in chat. I'm done here. It could be mods or anyone.
That feeling of
I'm
belief
tired of
is at the
saying
heart
it,
of
so
his
I
trick.
made.
He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
Take a shot.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
Darn. Okay, so now I
There's
know what
one
the
more
lag
thing,
is between
remember?
what I'm saying and you guys.
Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to
Thank
try
you,
to remember
Nebomba.
what that is.
Oops.
I see!
Above all, he believed in his
Nagito believed
talent.
in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
Yep. I believe in you guys. But above all, I believe in my talent. Yep. So the traitor is...
Guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
Yep.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
Yeah.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
Wasn't life-threatening at all. Yeah, 1 in 6 chance that you live. Jeez. Just fine if it only used 1 bullet. Guess it was just as Monami said. Had to take 1 bullet out of the cylinder, so that's how I did it. Yep. So lie after all about me is how lucky I am. Yeah. It's almost unnatural. Building. Depending on his luck, I was able to get cleaning duty just as he wanted. Yep. It's true. True, my talent is trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student. was actually the opposite.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
It does. His whole point was to
I
out
just
the
thought-
traitor.
It was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
It does connect.
He factored in his belief in us. But for some reason, he didn't factor in his own luck.
He did factor
No,
in his own luck.
There's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
You know, he wasn't just after anybody.
He was after
He
the
probably
traitor.
had a target. A target he was aiming for all along.
Bingo!
A person to set up as the killer.
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student, and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
Yep.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
He
Yep.
risked his life for that?
He did more than just risk
He
his
probably
life,
risked
he
his
gave
life just
his
so
life.
his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito was after?
The traitor.
I see! That's it? The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Yep.
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Yep.
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was
Gonna
until
say,
the very
welcome
end.
to Bum Guy's
All he
stream.
could do was rely
White
on his
woman's
own
dead
luck.
and we're getting the fuck out of here.
Then what he said in his video message.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, beautiful. What to disarm? You have to use Traitor Student's Handbook. Found out who the traitor was after secret monitoring everyone's activity. Little annoyed that they never came forward.
So he was just
Bluffing.
bluffing.
Yep.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
It's still interesting that his ex is so screwed up. It's like it's as gory as his
But if he
death.
just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer.
Yeah, he did. Or else you guys would never know.
Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that.
It means he
gonna
wants
come back up?
us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair.
Use the
something
command,
he'd
I'm
say.
done. I'm done saying it.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument.
Get a look at the kitty.
Nagito's plan was
precious
to
kitty.
make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
Yeah, that was his whole point.
Dude, you're a good kitty. You're nothing to be afraid of.
Although I am gonna have to trim your claws.
The
You
only
really
thing we
are
can
digging
do
into
is
my back.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
But even if we do believe, what should we do? I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
What if there's a
You're
tie?
absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
Probably.
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it. Because they weren't created to do that.
Chiaki?
What's
No.
wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself.
No, 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 no.
That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
Chiaki's the traitor.
What? What does that mean?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the Future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
It was you.
Why?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
The reason you know all of this, the reason
Why?
you're saying that is because it's you.
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because
I
that's the
don't want to
nature of their
lose another
existence.
waifu!
They
I've
can
run
only
out!
exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor?
It's gotta be you. You're the only one making... You're the
Hajime,
only one saying it.
please.
It's you.
It's... you? Chiaki, you're the traitor?
Please! Hold on!
That's dead on the money.
Aw, you totally guessed right. Just as expected. Yep, you're correct. I'm the traitor.
Why?
The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
Which means you're the one that threw the grenade.
Hey, Chiaki. Are you being serious right now?
That explains her
Cherokee is the
interactions.
traitor? That is a lie, right? Surely you must be joking.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Monami's handbook was you.
What are you saying sorry for?
What does this mean? You... Up till now... You've been tricking us?
I've got a
We were
feeling
not tricked!
it's not quite a trick.
After all, we have been working together all this time. We have been helping each other all this time. Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie.
Please, wait! The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is!
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
She and Chiaki are on
No,
the same wavelength.
I have nothing
I've
more
lost
to
all of
say.
mine. I have lost
Why?
photo waifu. I have
we
lost
already know the
nurse
killer's true
waifu. And
identity.
please don't.
So the only thing left to do is vote.
Please no.
We're not satisfied yet. If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand.
You weren't created. This is a computer
You
simulation.
cannot vote until
That
we
is
are
the
satisfied.
only way
That is what
that
you said earlier,
sentence makes
Chiaki.
sense.
Hey, if
And that
you're really the
explains why
traitor,
she's the
why'd you
ultimate
wait
video
till now to
gamer.
reveal yourself?
Because you
weird,
weren't
isn't it?
created.
Waiting until right now to out
So-
yourself.
It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that?
Use waifu to nurse
Maybe
waifu.
I wanted to protect everyone, no
Uh,
matter the cost.
Music
Hey,
waifu to
Hajime.
nurse night
Can you
waifu.
do me a small
game?
favor?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
Oh,
What?
right. Makan.
What are you
and
saying?
Ibuki.
Why do I
Carpenter.
have to do that?
Yeah, fair enough.
I want to explain everything to you guys, but as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's why
Baby.
the only thing I can
Hey,
do
baby
is
puff.
plead with you.
Actually, you're an adult
I
cat,
want
but
you to do it.
You're
I
lucky.
believe you can prove it.
Whether I can prove it or not, that's not the problem. Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you.
Oh, man.
There's no way I can do that.
Buki died to Makan, yeah.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way. So please.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
Monami's...
If
Notebook.
she was just disguised or something, this would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all! 'Cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl.
You're trying to throw her
I don't
under the
know
bus.
anything about that girl at all.
Hey,
You're trying to
are you
throw
trying
yourself
to cover
under the
for
bus.
her like that? You suck.
Oh my gosh.
Always been alone. I have no friends anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going
Monami.
to listen to my request, right?
Monami just outed herself as being part of the Future Foundation, which means Monami and Chiaki are both part.
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
It's with the notebook. Damn it. Why?
Hajime, you stupid face! Let's all get along. I won't let you. Let's all get along. First open and mix. I can't lose. Hajime, you stupid face! I won't let you. First open
I am
and
not
mix.
good at these kinds of games. Dead gum it
I'll
all.
lower your grade. Disappear. Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. I'll lower your grade. Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. I won't let you. Let's all get along. First open and mix. I can't lose. Hajime, you stupid face. I won't let you. First open and mix. I'll lower your grades. Jockey and I aren't best friends.
Please.
This is the end!
I'm dying. Monami.
When we investigated Nagito's cottage, I discovered a notebook with a new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
Yep, the chest was. And the
I don't
notebook
know.
belonged to Chiaki.
I don't know.
Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
Not quite.
That's right. Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring it here today.
So sudden?
Give me that notebook!
Able to talk to everyone for the first time today, Monokuna showed up and things turned bad. So everyone's tired.
What is this? Is this Monami's diary?
Is the
It's
traitor's identity
Chiaki's.
written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too, so that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know either. However, it's different for me.
You know?
It took me this long, but I finally understand.
Might have already known the moment I found this notebook. I want to deter my eyes from the truth it contained. Now I clearly know. I'm actually surprised I didn't
First of
fail
all,
that part.
This isn't Monami's diary. Apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Chiaki.
Someone connected to Monami. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
Yep.
If so,
Why my
is
video
this
game waifu?
like a report that the traitor was sending to Monami?
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monami?
That seems to be the case.
But how
And
would you know
she
who the
has the
traitor is
perfect
from that?
cover with video gaming.
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know.
final dead room.
In the notebook, there was a specific entry.
We've been in the fun house for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him.
There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room. But the only one who knew that
Was Chiaki. Yep. You won't find what you're looking for. Chiaki's the only one that knew.
That's right. The only person who knew that is Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake.
There is
I mean, if
There isn't
Cherokee is
one.
the traitor, what was all that time we spent with her?
I don't think
Was that all a lie too?
Miss Sonia.
I don't think traitor is quite what you're
Chiaki is-
thinking.
She is being controlled by Monokuma. That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
That was her way of turning herself in. Why? Who created you? My guess right now, and I've seen allusions to this before throughout this game, is this
Now
is
that
a
you mention
simulation of some kind.
Chiaki immediately
For
went
what
to the
point,
card
we
reader
don't
with
know.
her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the traitor's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense. A traitor would be more cautious than that.
You guys, your lives were at stake.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew?
Because she
That
and
was a
Monami are
mistake.
connected.
That must be a mistake!
You-
Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
No, we don't.
Of course not.
That's the only
I
choice
will
here.
not believe it! I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor! There is just no way!
I don't think the Future Foundation is responsible for y'all's misery. That's
Then
Monokuma.
nobody will be saved.
We're about to go into a... Farpit Nugan. My first thought is Sonia's account.
When I tried to detonate it!
Your own account disproves it. Because you saw Monami there. Monami is linked with Chiaki in the Future
That's
Foundation.
not it. Sonia shouldn't have been the only one who knew it was a fake.
Your own account damns you.
Monami was also there when you found out the bomb at the military base wasn't real.
You admitted that.
You said so yourself.
Is that true, Miss Sonia?
Chiaki heard about it from Monami. That's why she knew the bomb was a fake.
Since I've been found out, I'll just confess. The reason I couldn't tell anyone I knew the bomb was a fake was because if I had said that, I would have had to explain how I heard about it from Monami.
I do not want to hear that!
Dadgubbit, Sonia.
Enough already. Please do not say another word.
Sonia, please.
I do not want this anymore. I am so very tired of doubting people.
Sonia.
And Just because she knew the bone was a fake does not mean we should decide she is the traitor!
Am I only given one? Sonia's account. Shadow that a killing was gonna happen. I'm just now telling you for the first time. Yep.
That... Monokuma may have just been lying!
No, he won't lie at times like this. You already know that.
From other cases.
Hajime, are you going to believe Monokuma over Chiaki?
That's not it.
It's just, even if Chiaki is the traitor, is it really okay to vote for her? That basically just means we have to believe in Nagito's luck, right?
Yeah.
That's not it.
Are you telling us to trust his luck? Are you telling
Quit
us to
with the
entrust our
emotional
lives to that
appeals.
bastard?
Look at the facts as much
There's
as
no
you
way
don't
I can
want
believe in
to.
Nagito.
I'm telling you, that's not it. We shouldn't believe in Monokuma or Nagito. We have to believe in Chiaki.
Chiaki flat out admitted it.
It doesn't matter who the traitor is. Even if Chiaki is the traitor, that's not the Chiaki I know. I believe in the Chiaki who's been with us this whole time.
Yeah, we...
That
What's to say?
Chiaki is saying she wants to protect us with her life.
We got to know
So
Chiaki
the only thing we
very
can do is
well to the
believe
point
her.
where we got our
If we
undies.
don't, nobody's going to be saved.
Damn it.
Hey, can you listen to me a little? There's nothing to be sad about, you know? 'Cause this is different from what happened before. Unlike before, you guys don't have to stay alive by doubting someone.
You have to stay alive by
You
believing
guys
in
can
her.
stay alive by believing in me.
Are you telling us to believe in you and sacrifice you? That is just too cruel!
I'm sorry.
That's just how the way it's gotta be.
Cherokee!
Monami, I'm sorry too. You're probably gonna get scolded by a lot of different people for this. But still, I want to protect everyone by any means. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
It's not up to me to decide whether that's right or wrong. However, I believe it's truly amazing that you were able to think like that. We could even call this a miracle.
Chiaki's an AI, isn't she?
Hey,
If
what
this
have
is a
you two
computer
been
simulation,
talking
that
about?
means she's an AI.
Everyone's jaws are dropping, you know?
I know. It's voting time, right?
Hey, Chiaki.
You don't have to worry. Believe in me, and cast your vote.
God damn it!
Why did it end up like this?
Even so.
Chiaki. This will be for August 2nd. The Trader from the Future Foundation and Nagito Nagito's killer
Damn
is Chiaki.
Yeah.
Every ounce of it sucks, guys. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not gonna doubt you that.
Damn it.
Yep.
Congratulations, everyone.
Damn it.
Stupid, we're not celebrating at all.
Damn it!
Are you really part of the Future Foundation? The Future Foundation is the good guys. That's gotta be it, because they're against...
I'm sorry I
Monokuma.
didn't tell you guys.
Also praying that nothing happens. Haven't heard Monokuma's announcement. I guess that isn't needed anymore. Is everything really going to end? What is everything anyway? How far? How much is everything? If we leave this island, is everything going to end? There's still so much we don't know. About our school memories, the Future Foundation, Hope's Peak Academy, Monokuma's true purpose. Can we really end this and turn our back on all that? And not just that, if we're really leaving, where are we going? To Hope's Peak Academy? Who knows? That was my last night at Jabberwock Island. At a place where my worries didn't even matter. Everything was about to end. Jeez. Just a little under 9 hours left. Feel like I had a fun dream somehow. I think it was about my childhood. Because of that, I was able to face the day with a somewhat happier feeling than usual. That's right. It's the last day. According to Monokuma. Suddenly, my body shuddered. Right when I opened my eyes, I was gripped by a fear that I had never felt before. Fear like I had been abandoned in this world. That is a terrifying feeling. Completely and utterly alone. Suichi, Fuyuhiko, Kane, Sonia, everyone was gone and I couldn't find them. Suddenly couldn't believe anything, like everything in the world was nothing but lies. Why are you... I knew it! It was a simulation!
Hello there.
You just died!
See?
That we found at the factory? What about it?
Well,
More message inside the laptop.
yep.
Till a day or so had passed, apparently it was locked by a timer. Set it up so we wouldn't be able to watch it after the class trial, or until after. Lived with that feeling for a long time years ago. It's hard. Meet in the restaurant and watch it together. Cherokee, how are you alive?
Yo!
Nagato really left another message? She was the one who found it. And I found it when I stopped by the factory.
Listen well.
Coincidence, you say wrong. This is the will cause ours. Cause. You've been dead a while! You never allowed it, boy! She ain't like you! She doesn't like you! Very wise of you to notice the simulation, Raptor. Yeah, because Cherokee just showed up. Gundam showed up.
I wonder who's watching this message.
Monokuma laughing it out. I'm sure someone on the site has it. Trader from the Future Foundation? If so, congratulations. Looks like it ended the way I hoped it would.
Damn it.
Nagato was trying to kill everyone except the traitor. It's just as Monokuma said. Yep. That figures.
Hey!
He really set up the traitor as the killer, and he even tried to make them survive the trial. Because, yeah, you guys wouldn't have been able to guess who it was. Appears there's still more. Fat boy, what are you? You were the first one dead. What the hell are you doing here? One, but the traitor is watching this video. That means your luck ran out. I guess I lost. That outcome is the complete opposite of the hope I believed in. Well, not that it matters for me anymore. Yeah, you're dead. No matter what the outcome is, it doesn't matter for a dropout like me.
Now then.
Let's put this meaningless introduction aside and get down to business. It gets better. It gets better? Does everyone come back for a shout? Talk to him. I'm going to speak so that both sides will understand. You might be wondering why I did what I did. Yeah, that was one hell of a way to go, Buster. Action after talking about it for so long. Yeah, fair enough. Special prize in the final dead room allowed me to learn a certain truth. It would be troublesome if everyone found out, so I already disposed of that page. That page? I was totally surprised. I mean... Oh, for fuck's sake! Must have known that truth all along. Dadgummit. Okay, so someone's screwing with the simulation. He learned something. Resolved to take action immediately. Shouldn't have made fun of Hajime. Deep down, I always wanted to become a protagonist myself. What the Check web for details? The truth is I look back on Monokuma's actions. Starting to see what he's planning. Giving us information about the island's mysteries and the future foundations, he's raising all your hopes. So there's two very huge key pieces of information that someone's screwing around with in the programming. Perhaps that someone is, I don't know, Makoto? Seriously pissing me off. Hell and ice.
Take a shot.
Gosh. Yeah, he's talked about hope too much. Okay.
Now
yeah. No. No, no. Is Junko alive? Did she somehow upload her consciousness to whatever this is? Message you found at Nozumi Castle. You scratched out, you little fucker.
Well...
Bunch of steps to enter that place. But you just blew a damn hole in it. You can think of it as an Easter egg or something. Probably left by someone other than Monokuma or Monami. Hope will kill you as a drinking game. Yeah. Think you're not... Jeez. Nice time to announce it, right? I'll announce a password. Let me guess. By the way, that's a massive spoiler for the first murder of Danganronpa 1. I feel like I've been talking for... I know exactly what that's from. 11037. Son of a bitch. I thought it was gonna be Hope. I had no idea it was gonna be the key evidence. Yep. It was the key evidence in figuring out that Leon killed Sayaka.
Please call me the ultimate hope.
Take a shot.
Um...
11037. They thought it was numbers, but it was... Photo waifu!
Hey.
Cherokee! Do I actually have to run there? Yes, I actually have to run there. Okay. We might actually be able to finish it up tonight. No worries, we still have an Usami alive somewhere. Whoa! Whoa! What the heck happened? Why were those textures screwed up? Quite nerve-wracking. Yeah?
Yeah.
I ship Sonia and
You
Gundam.
are a boy, right?
Be freaked out like that. You're a man, aren't you? Mahito! Oh! Nekomaru is a normal human!
I'm gonna do it!
What? What? I'm still mad at you! I am very mad at you! Screw up, pervert!
Dumbass.
Hi, Puff. Thank you for scaring me.
Young Master Fuyuhiko.
Pickle, Yama. What are you?
Wait, is everyone that's... I do too, yes.
Shut up.
Hello, Sensei Wellington.
This is
What?
your leader's order.
That hope lies beyond this point. That is your leader's order. Is everyone gonna come back from the dead? Hi, Ibuki.
What?
Understand piggy talk. Oh my gosh. Hi, Hyoko. You're so cool in piggy talk. Oh my
In the
gosh.
name of my family.
Oh, shut up, fatso. 11037. The key evidence that linked Leon to Sayaka's murder.
It's gonna be fine.
Cygnus did that to the nurse. I'm aware, but still. Well, man, from... Also, hi, new person. How you doing? Why are you mad at... I am mad at Mikan because of what she became. About how she gave up. And it's the same reason I'm pissed off at Pickle Yama. And I'm still keeping that up by George. I don't know, something British. What the? Excuse me, I thought we were done with trials.
Is this a trial ground?
Sure looks like it.
But why am I at a trial ground?
It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one
all the
from
murders
before.
were not real. That would be nice. That would be nice if this was all just a simulation.
By the way,
Huh?
That they can just all be rebooted.
where did everyone go?
Everyone?
Anyone else not notice? That the dead? Something's wrong. No shit, could you please quit glitching? You're terrifying me! Because my computer is constantly glitching as of late. And it will suddenly blue screen out of nowhere. What does Sensei Wellington mean? Well, man, from... Ah, crap. Oh, this can't end well. Don't know. I'm sure we're gonna find out. So yeah, this is a simulation. And that just destroyed the whole kit and caboodle. Stage clear. What the heck? Smile at hope in the name of despair. End. Jeez. Explosions! Oh yeah, that reminds me. I met Torg's voice actor. Gamer backpack. Ow. Plays air guitar. Yes! Torg from Borderlands 2. Chapter 0. Heading to the school trip. What? Okay, we might be able to finish up Danganronpa tonight. Would would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. Oh my gosh, actually shaking rather intensely. Room I was in, shaking from side to side, regular, series, suddenly shake violently. I'd have to steady myself with my foot, couldn't stand up very well, but for me it was comforting. Not knowing what to expect could be so fun, so I was feeling rather excited. Figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. Person who is loved by talent. Detecting regularities among irregularities won't be that difficult. How boring. Do you like ships? Nagito. On the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. Okay, so this narration is not from his perspective. That's one who gives me my online personality. Hey, fair enough. Do you like ships? So this is a ship. Just realized that now. It's really that funny. If you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. I saw his true character, over-familiar attitude, the friendly smile, but under that thin skin I could detect a foul, offensive odor, like some kind of putrid slime. Jeez! Wow, talk about picking him right! How should I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who were already finished. Lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, to share a room with a person like that. Definitely lucky. So that's your talent. What a boring talent. It's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly, that's because I have luck as well. Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Possess. Really interested. Who are you? Obviously from Hope Speak Academy, so you're one of us. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? This is previous memories. I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation. Not you, this world. This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. Profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. That is really not a good way to look at life. Because of these bastards, this world has come to a deadlock. The world has stopped evolving. Now, what you're thinking of is the progressives. Well, the majority makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world, not even a speck of dust. False! As my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Boring is completely and utterly, what's the right word, subjective? Because what's boring to me might not be boring to someone else. Like, me crocheting, that's not boring to me, but it is boring to just a whole bunch of people. Turn to use that person just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about the ultimate despair? But how? I mean, they're already dead. I have it with me. Contribution that person left to me. Even now it rests in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't either. Definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Will I be able to see her? I hate with every fiber of my... What is with your... Will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much. Junko Enoshima. That's Junko's hand! Then explain your hand. Ah, this. The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I've successfully become one with the ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. Just me, or is it slowly zooming in on Nagito? No, not actively. Although, yes, it does seem like he's getting closer. Because I hate her so much, that's why I took her power, and for that, wait, huh? Do I hate her? Oh, that's strange. Oh, grief. Look at the window, we're finally here. Jabberwock Island. I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. I can already predict what will happen. I already know because I am loved by talent. No matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. That's disappointing. You seem to get along pretty well. There's no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you're boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. Jeez, whoever is talking is a complete and utter asshole. You don't really play along, do you? No, he clearly doesn't, and he needs to be smacked in the face, whoever he is. So that was just an entire flashback. Glad I started clicking. What is this? It's a door. Hey, we're back to the simulation! Why is there a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Inside the classroom would be my guess. Huh? Very strange. Why I'm in a place like this. Yeah? Trial ground, but then why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. Just like before when we were all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? This looks like Hope's Peak Academy. Motherfucker.
Ahem, ahem. Testing, testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system.
Motherfucker.
Am I on? Can everyone hear me?
This is the
Okay,
beginning
well then.
of the first game.
Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all.
What?
So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
Am I gonna have to remember where the daggum gym is? What is a graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Yes. Oh, great. I'm gonna have to find freaking... Yep! Doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. There's no way this is Hope's Peak. Yes, this is Hope's Peak! Made to startle us, just like the fun house. Definitely it. Alright, so this way. That's an Egyptian symbol. That's the nurse. Yeah, she did her door now. Oh, hey, Jim. I got so lost during the first game when I played it. I've got the full playthrough on, whatchamacallit, on YouTube. Grayson. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. I'm glad I am not alone, because that music alone would have freaked me out. Waiting on the other side of the door. It's the actual gym. Da Fook. It's the gym from the first game.
Damn right.
Hey,
Yeah.
at least the others are here. Okay, that
What's
actually
going on?
scared me, dadgummit. Also, how do you like the new commands, Bach? Oh my gosh. actually thought there were fireworks going on outside.
Yeah.
It's easy to confuse you in video games.
Why, you...
Woo!
You.
Flub up! I couldn't find a singular firework sound, so I went with the next best thing.
Not. No.
This is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. Yeah, this is where the first game took place. What's left of it anyway?
What?
Fell to ruin.
Stupid fool.
I don't believe it either, Manny Maru, if I hadn't played the first game. We're doing things that they deserve to be ruined for.
I don't like this.
With all this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Not like I did this for you guys. I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now.
Don't fuck with me.
I believe we entered the ancient ruin.
In other words,
It means I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin.
hey. What's this?
Mine's getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be doing a voice.
It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment.
No way.
It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that.
Uh-huh, yeah, sure.
It's just a simple graduation exam.
If it's anything like the Alabama graduation exam, you can fucking keep it.
Hey.
I hated that.
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate.
Are you
But
sure
on the other
about
hand, I'm worried
this?
about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So,
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
why?
That's right.
No.
You can't do that. The main cast has
Hasn't arrived yet, oh my gosh.
Hey,
Guest of honor arrives.
So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world.
Alabama graduation exam? In Alabama, at least when I was in high school, in 10th grade, you had this massive graduation exam you had to take. And depending on whether or not you took it in the fall, or took one part in the fall, you had either 4 or 5 exams you had to take. If you didn't pass all of these exams, you were not allowed to graduate from high school. Everything rode on these exams when you were a 10th grader. Thankfully, I passed everything, and because I took an earlier science test, I didn't have to take the biology portion. But Alabama's graduation exam, because of No Child Left Behind and all that bullshit, yeah. Outside world information scavenger hunt across the whole academy. Yippee-ki-yay. Great.
What are you saying?
Because this is a computer simulation. Haven't you figured that out yet?
It cannot be.
I cannot believe it. Junko, because Monokuma's here, yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, your entire future, and whether or not you got to graduate from high school, rode on these exams when you were in 10th grade. I did, and nothing came up that I was satisfied with that was for free. But yeah, that's Alabama. Because of No Child Left Behind, because of Obama and his Every Student Something Act. Oh, Every Student Succeeds Act. Hell, I just had a test on this. Every Student Succeeds Act and Common Core, because of these 3 bullshit legislations, and yes, I'm still pissed off at Common Core because my sisters are going through it and it doesn't make a lick of sense. Motherfucker. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. Blah. But because of those three things, Alabama is not up to snuff. Even though we're the ones that have, like, the engineering capital in the United States. We are the ones that have Rocket City. But anyway. Isn't legislation an educational initiative from the UN? It is actually not, because it's not throughout the entire United States. From what I know, it's just in a couple states. One of which is Alabama, because we're in the bottom of all the states. And it's really stupid because stuff you learn in Alabama is not the same stuff you need to know if you're like in New York. Two very completely different educational ecosystems. But Common Core is actually legislation. To set educational standards, at least in Alabama, it has to go through the legislature. Is the choice of if they adopt it or not, but it remains from the EU. No, the UN. No wonder it fucking sucks. It's from the UN. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Jeez.
Which means they died in vain. So the UN can go fuck itself on education.
However...
Because 2 + 2 = 4, there is no reason to make it more complicated. It's horrendously inefficient. To investigate the information on our own. Probably. As someone who is becoming a teacher, I have very strong feelings about education. For Pete's sakes, the stuff you learn, like say Sparkman, which is like a country, out in the country school. Those kids are not going to have the same experiences nor same knowledge as city kids. They are a completely different world, even though they are in the same state.
Jeez.
Telling us physical.
Prepare yourself.
We'll try to.
Like...
About Hope Street Academy, about ourselves. Could you lay off the foreboding music? Jeez.
Hey!
Go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right?
Of course!
Don't ever say hell yes again. It does not fit your pretty little face. Need to leave the island with the others. Order survive just so we could do that. Should already know that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island.
Hey!
Can we start already? Probably.
Even so.
We'll find the answers to all our questions inside the damn building.
Whoa! Jeez.
Yep.
Man.
Isn't thinking about anything.
However...
There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. Sailor salute! So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it's not scary if anyone stops at a green light. Oh my gosh.
You're pathetic.
Look around. There's no more killing. We don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore.
Later.
Good grief.
Excuse me.
Wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Alright.
Oh my, Miss Sonia!
I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Oh my gosh, like a dumb puppy. Couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely gonna go home.
I knew you could do it.
What? All the rooms, yep. It seems to be the case. But yeah. 5th floor? The heck? Clearly different. Strange feeling to it. Visible walls been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? Jeez. What the? Okay, so my computer is actually glitching because a program just opened that I didn't click on. Huh? You play? Reminds me of Sakura. Probably. Do you have a program that can record from the sound card? I mean, I have OBS. So, yes, I could technically cheat in that regard. History class?
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way. Yeah, right. Although, I'd actually have to do the research. Depends on the person. Screw off, Monokuma. History of Hope's Peak Academy. What the heck? Manga for morons. Cutesy character on the cover. Yippee. Brian, if you're talking about like recording sounds off the desktop, I have OBS, which can stream and record. But other than that, I don't know what you're talking about. The tech person would be my husband. Raise hope in the nation's future. Many of its alumni are key. Wow, that was not a lot of gray yarn. Chosen through a scouting process with the ones who scout them. Teachers who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Interesting. For researching talent is... Oh, so it's a research school. I'm not a fan already. Because Auburn was a research-heavy college. And ugh. I'm glad I went, but not for the schooling. Scouts utilizes a general entrance exam. Okay. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the reserve department. Expenses and exam fees for the reserve department are quite high compared to most high schools. Oh yeah, you have to, in Japan, you have to take a thing to get into high school. Thought that was weird. Now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. Yeah, it's kind of like the pitfall I fell into with Auburn. True genius who become mankind's hope. Oh my gosh. I'd say what is it with hope in this game, but good grief. That's the whole premise, is
Hope and despair.
biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. Well, it probably accomplished something, the end of the world. As they knew it. Suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. That's when you go to webcomics! Or what Nickelodeon did, which was really, really bad for Avatar. Tragedy and the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic, there's no way incidents really happen, right? Funny you should say that. Only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. Probably. I learned something because of this manga, and what's that? Reserve Department. It was only built to collect. Well, they had to fund their research somehow. Jeez.
But hold on.
Hi, Monokuma. Oh, you're here again.
Ah! The thing that's weird is you, of course.
Hey, hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right?
You got screwed up.
So, I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too.
What do you want me to say?
By the way,
Good question.
Based on my assumptions, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of the Reserve Corps students.
I got
Suddenly
it.
I am craving croissants.
The hell? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you.
Oh, whatever.
You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memories of what happened.
That is not how that works. Motherfucker, that is not how that works. We don't always have a choice of what our mind decides to erase. When it comes to trauma, you motherfucker.
Come on.
You always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a Reserve Corps student.
Oh, screw off, Monokuma. Yes, the mind suppresses traumatic experiences more often than not. Alright, I don't see any. I don't see a Monokuma. There's probably one up top and I didn't think about it. Hey, Kazuichi!
What's going on?
Can't go to places I should be able to go to. It's like some rules being enforced for no reason. Well, we still have Usami. Okay. I'm gonna guess I can't go in here. Yep. I'll admit that's kind of interesting how they've got the walls. Okay. Well, there's another manga book. Alright, let's look around real quick, see if we can see any hidden Monokumas. Manga for Morons, A Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. Well, let's find out. Jeez. What I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Character solving mysteries. Jeez. Here. Tragedy occurred at Hope's Peak. Key player Izuru Kamukura. Genius known as a symbol of hope. Used all the resources to develop him. I think the guy on the cover is Monokuma before he became plush. Nah, Monokuma was an extension of Juko Inoshima. Ultimate hope. The Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Oh, don't tell me. Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. Was known as a symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. Among the Academy's best and brightest were murdered. He killed 13 people? The incident did not end there. Jeez. Incident as though it never happened. What happened to the 13 families that had to get the note of, oh, by the way, your kid died? Use the incident to their advantage. Junko Inoshima, right? And by making that knowledge public, stoke the fires of reserve corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. Jeez. And the uprising began. So, why do I got a feeling Izuru was formerly a reserve corps student? Devastating incident. Is that so? Danganronpa 0. Yeah, apparently. You really doubt that, dude?
What irony! For a genius known as the Ultimate Hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent.
Why do I got a feeling that Hajime is connected to Izuru in some way? You're right in that feeling, I feel it too. I'm starting to wonder if the reason Hajime is with everyone else is because he's actually Izuru, and that's the reason he forgot everything about Hope's Peak, including the fact that he was a reserve student. A genius who possessed various talents. Give me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. I bet you're Izuru. That is my bet right now, is that Hajime is actually Izuru. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? Why would they smack you in here with the other ultimates if you weren't an ultimate yourself? is that students were the hope for the world. Post-apocalypse, all the talents needed to survive no matter what the condition of the world. What talent is the ultimate Yakuza gonna do? Coach, athlete, breeder, I can understand those. Mechanic, I can understand that. What good is an ultimate princess? Without a comment to keep things random, the ultimates would possibly have too small a gene pool. Maybe. Okay, we're actually going back on the 5th floor. Okay, so that's not the only thing up here. Are two political extremes. True, but what good are they? We've already been to the dojo. Is there anything else we can click on? Oh hey, it unlocked! Raw. I don't remember that being on the door. Oh, I do remember this. It's because it's the morgue.
I've been found.
Just making sure nothing else. Jeez. Pages hoped I was right. Yeah, you're not gonna be right, kid. Jeez. You get involved in horrifying incidents. Yeah, like Junji Ito stuff. Oh my gosh, my notes. If you could make talent. Maybe that's what they were researching. This sentence. Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger for the rest of the world to go insane. The trigger, the tragedy. Okay, was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. So it boiled into the streets. With the internet fostering a thriving online community. Okay, that's actually possible. Just look at all the SJWs we have. Yep, just look at Antifa. Fucking LARPers need to be smacked in the face. Certain abnormalities came to light. Too late, the ends and the means had vanished, and the wanton destruction became their only goal. Yeah, that's probably what Antifa would. Strong butchered the weak. That's what Antifa wants to do. The weak killed the weakest among them. Not surprising. The weak form factions to brutally murder the strong. That tends to happen. Violence and death continue to spread. The shock of their actions began to disappear. It's kill or be killed. If the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, media was oversaturated with death to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. Jeez, if that don't sound like today's media. Too late to stop what had happened. Yeah, the media is just a bunch of propagandists at this point, especially CNN. better known as the Clinton News Network, or Commie News Network, depending on your proclivities. Coup d'etats began occurring around the world, war waged in the name of despair. Yeah, we ain't got that bad yet. It was just to watch the world burn. People who can't believe there can be more than two sides at an event. After all, there are Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, and KKK. Those are the only two possible sides. No more are possible, even if Antifa and conservatives were also there. Yeah, there's that too. And to quote Trump, there are good people on both sides. He wasn't talking about Antifa or white supremacists. He was talking about the people that were peacefully protesting. Yes, there are good people on both sides. In that regard, the peaceful protesters. Also, Antifa is basically the new KKK. They just dress in black instead of white. I'd put the change my mind banner up, but yeah, there's no changing my mind. That's something I've observed. Well, it's probably because you're standing in the fridge, dude. You might want to leave. He was talking conservatives and progressives on both sides of the issue of getting rid of the statue. Yeah, that's what they were protesting. He wasn't talking about Antifa or white supremacists. Antifa is not KKK, sadly. KKK is less fascist! Actually, it's an interesting fact. The Antifa tried to come down to Alabama. Specifically, they came to Auburn to try and start shit. And the reason they didn't start shit is because an anti-KKK law forced them to unmask. It was glorious. Doesn't like manga is an office lady who doesn't like candy. This is this messed up manga. Junji Ito inspired? Maybe? Yeah, wow, I'm actually out of gray. That was quick.
For you not to remember that. Such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though. Thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains.
Well, that's what happened to the first group of kids.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world.
No, you don't. You just want to see them panic like hell. They're really published books. Wait, for real? Like, those mangas are like merch for the game? That's hysterical, if it's true. Apparently, the outside world is shit, to put it bluntly. Yeah. Going to do what he wants. What he wants is for you guys to leave. Monokuma is using semantics. Fair enough. I guess I should have looked at the context of the situation. Real versus digital. Fair enough. Fair enough. Wow. Speaking of despair, I'm kind of sad about this. This was seriously only one skein? All of this gray is only one skein. And it's barely even half of the red. Yikes. Actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they're called ultimates. That would be a very wise decision. Ah, my back. You were robbed by a high loft scheme. Yeah. Alright, look for the manga. Okay.
Jeez.
Bear was suddenly here. And you acknowledged him. No! It's gonna be shitty either way.
Damn right.
Alright, well, we gotta deal with the idiot bear, so let's do this.
Hiya!
Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right?
No, no.
Needed to tell you on this floor. I am bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for
Telling you word of mouth, oh my gosh.
like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots?
Okay, someone who knows Japanese better than me, what's a hot pot?
What?
Surprise! It's about ultimate despair! Refers to a group these days.
Actually,
It was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive.
Junko freaking
yes, indeed.
Enoshima.
Lady Junko Enoshima.
Hey,
Tastes like a beef stew commonly eaten by sumo wrestlers.
Huh. The more you know.
Only one horrible person in that group.
Don't fuck with me.
Not that easy to form an organization. Fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Well, have you seen some of the cults that form around internet personalities these days? It's a lot easier than you might think. Think of it like beef fondue.
Oh, okay. That sounds tasty.
Hey,
Now I want donuts. The fuck? I can't afford donuts right now. Can't even afford to get coffee.
Phew.
The incident became a tragedy in the first place.
Well, yeah, she was the ultimate fashionista.
She even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize.
Oh, wait. Tajime saying
Huh?
that.
Huh?
What?
You.
Why did they? It doesn't make sense. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Hey,
It was Junko Enoshima's despair. Despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. For Junko Enoshima, Despair is what defined Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair.
Well, she killed her. So I gotta stop right there because the Bomba hasn't played through the first game. It's like it's a massive spoiler for the first game. Like huge. It ruins the last murder. It is that big of a spoiler. So I'm gonna shut up about that.
The ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs.
Is that why Nagito swiped? She was fascinated to buy something that could get her recognized. Yeah.
They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name.
I know what happened, Unoraptormon. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, spoiler warning. Junko Enoshima killed her sister. By the time I get there, I'll have forgotten. Okay.
What?
But yeah, she was happy because she felt such despair from it. For killing her own
In other
flesh and blood. Final days. What happened to Reserve Department? That's a good question.
Of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do.
2,357?
What'd you say?
One person was excluded. Let me guess, Hajime.
Damn it!
I mean, don't get me wrong, last time I actually looked, and I think it was Colon Noir that actually gave me this statistic from the CDC. I think it was like 29,000 of gun deaths are actually suicides. Junko Eno fucking Shima. Jeez.
Hi, Puff. You want to come up here? You know how to get up here.
That's a good question. How do you know if your memories are gone?
Huh?
You didn't see?
It's up here.
There was a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. Most homicides are by handguns. Yep. That's way more than Jonestown. Yep.
Here you go. Gotta let me pet you. Gotta let me pet you as you eat. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Ouch!
Really, cat? By failing in the end. The 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. Of course. Behind the failed killing school life was Junko Enoshima, who, because they were able to defeat her, executed herself.
like,
Part of the whole biggest most awful whatever incident. More people are kicked and punched to death than shot by rifles. This is true. I'll put up the video I'm talking about by Cole Noir in the Discord. Because otherwise I gotta go searching for it on YouTube. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. Yeah, probably.
So,
More people die of obesity than they do to guns. Don't ask how I know those numbers. We all went through the interesting cult things phase. Yeah, that's true. I'm still researching stuff like that because I have all of the stuff out of my sci-fi novels. Like I know the best way to kill someone. Can I post sound files? You should be able to. They allow you to upload videos now. More lives are lost by strangulation and drowning than by handgun, according to the FBI website statistics. And yet they're constantly crying and screaming about guns are dangerous. I mean, yes, guns are dangerous if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but it's not like a plague. It's not like, oh, I'm walking out the door, I'm dead because I got shot. That's ridiculous to think you're just gonna walk out of your front door and get shot. I mean, I can understand if you live in like Chicago or Detroit or New York City. I can understand if you live there. I can understand that being a reasonable fear, but here in Alabama, you're more likely to get killed by a tick or a dog that got loose and has rabies than you are to die by someone actually pulling the trigger. To remove that danger, you have to remove all flexible material in the world or everyone's hands. Even then, you gotta remove their feet, too. Because I can kill you with a pencil. Are they gonna ban all pencils? Anything can be a weapon. For Pete's sake, I could kill someone with this crochet hook. I know how to, although being successful at doing it, maybe not so much. But I have the knowledge of how to. Also because of taking anatomy. Anatomy and forensics, I know several interesting pieces of information about the human body when it comes to murder. No problem with that.
I wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to
What
draw
are you
it.
gonna do?
I'll just raise the flag.
What?
Ooh, how exciting.
You're not making
Well,
any
now.
sense. Putting information to the outside. What? You seriously just gonna flat out tell us?
Hey,
Started on his own.
yeah, here.
Alright, you don't keep explaining. Alright, so we can exit? Yeah. Currently murder capital per capita. Okay. Whoa. Time to be surprised. Something like this. Okay, there's a conic. Woo. Okay, yeah, going forward. Hey, chemistry lab. Doesn't look like there's anything this way. Akane!
Based on my gut feeling.
It's just my gut. Someone's getting closer.
So,
It's just my gut.
I know how to kill someone with their own hair, that, and their own shoestrings. Yeah, strangulation. Gus must be correct again this time. Alright. Wait, what? Well then. Okay, so the office will eventually be a point. Okay, it must be music. I don't remember this section. What the hell?